Wait, self-aware?
Yeah, well, $1 billion compared to Snapchat going for $1 billion.
Once you install it,
well, no, Facebook tried to buy Snapchat for $3 billion, and they said no.
Right. So compare that to hardware company.
So now that Google owns them, like everyone in my Circle Google Plus profile will be able to change my temperature in my house.
First off, let's laugh at you for having a Google Plus profile.
We all wait. You have an Android phone, don't you have a Google Plus profile? Thank you very much.
Shut up and give me a beer. If I own a stupid thermostat that goes on Wi-Fi and someone offered me $3 million, I'd be like, yeah, dude, take it. Like $3 billion.
It's billion with a B.
It's a thermostat.
I think it's actually kind of funny that the guy that actually designed the Nest and like quit Apple to create the Nest was one of the guys that was the original designers for the iPod and the first generation of the iPhone, and now he's going to be working for Google.
We sit around.
This isn't BlackBerry paying $3 billion for it now. This is fucking.
Rim job.
This is Google paying for it, so $3 billion, whatever.
You guys might be banished.
Nothing.
Just so you know.
They were making a big deal out of this on the internet about Google's slowly encroaching onto every part of your life, right? Like they're becoming the Microsoft.
We sit around.
Welcome to the home, right?
I don't know that it's all that slowly.
I will implant.
Good point.
I will implant Google into my inner ear. I don't care.
We sit around and think of business ideas every day, and like not once ever go. You know what? We should do a thermostat that has Wi-Fi and stuff.
But it's genius that they thought up with the whole smoke detector, right?
A billionaire.
Well, you mean the guy who created the pet rock? No.
I mean, Nesta's answer to the smoke detector was genius.
Yeah, I thought it was incredibly cool.
Yeah,
I looked at the Honeywell has one, and I looked at the reviews, and they're like, yeah, Nest has like the Apple cool to it.
And Nest has the patent, and they're suing them for it.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, because the Honeywell one just looks...
No, like Nest is in litigation with
Jesus,
many companies.
Yeah, because I was talking with Magic Mike the other.
Google's lawyers.
I was talking with Magic Mike, and he's like, yeah, man, I got these like things to put my lamps on and off. I'm like, why do I need a
That's X10.
No, I know, but like, why do I need an app on my phone to turn my lamps off? I'm like, I'll just turn them off when I come home or when I leave the house.
Yeah, like my father's got all that remote control stuff for his cottage in Canada. Like he can control it from his iPad. Yeah, I mean that's not X10.
Not my house,
like
though.
To control the turn the water on and off and the gas and everything
it's the
remotely.
Next gadget,
but I thought,
it's all the home automation. But like that's what Nest is getting into.
Jeff, like back in 2005, remember I was doing like the broadband over power line.
Right.
You could plug these little things and you get a Cat 5 drop in any outlet, right? And I'm like, oh my God, it's going to take over everything. Do you see any today? Crickets.
Other than your house? No.
I got threw them away. It doesn't make any sense because wireless.
But I think the reason that Nest took off is the ease of use. It had the whole Apple-esque, plug and play type of thing.
Right.
It was so easy to use. It was
Apple could come out with toilet paper tomorrow.
It doesn't matter exactly.
My butt's never been cleaner.
Right, exactly. But jokes aside, that's why it took off.
I mean, home automation is really cool. That's one of the reasons why we've been so interested in like Arduinos and Raspberry Pis, is being able to put them around the house to control stuff. I think it's really neat, personally.
It is, but there's a practical application to it, right? Like, do I need to turn a lamp on? Do I need to know what the temperature is of my fridge? You know what I mean? If I'm leaving the house, do
you need to versus do you want to? Right? Like,
no.
Well, isn't one
you know what I really want? I'll be honest with you. You know what I really want?
Have you walked around a Brookstone lately? Every one of the little gadget toys is all iPhone, iPad controlled.
What do you need from Brookstone?
Nothing.
Really?
Absolutely nothing.
I hate to be a
I was just there yesterday, and they actually have a marble ball that is remote controlled by an iPhone.
And it's the novelty of it.
It was $300.
And
why?
The point I would
people
make
were buying them.
The point I would make about this home automation stuff, though, Bob, is like I came home one day in December and my garage door was open, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I left.
That's fine.
You're good.
I left my garage door open, and if there was something that could tell me, "Hey, you left your house.
Exactly.
You left your garage door open."
Yep.
Either we're going to close it for you or we're going to alert you that it is open so you can't close. It's about home security.
You know what I want?
Feeling safe.
Reminds me of the whole...
No, that makes sense.
It's about being able to control things that you up until this point in time, have never been able to control unless you're at your home location.
But isn't one of the
and that's the value that
No, you know what I want more than anything. Like, remember I told you you weren't on in the show, but I said I went to Ferndale and I parked in a parking lot, and I paid for my credit card. And they said, put your cell phone in, and we'll text you when it's 15 minutes till you're parking. I go, that's great. I go, you know what I want? When I buy food, I hit it.
There's an app for that.
I put it past the scanner, and it's got the expiration date. Because the other day I made fried chicken. I said I want to make barbecue and this, and the barbecue sauce expired in 12. And I'm like, I want an alert to tell me throw that crap away, or you need eggs,
or you could just check your cupboard every now and again.
Isn't one of the,
don't use this to cook.
Man up, eat food.
Isn't one of the features of Nest that it will see from your utility when the cheapest amount when you get the cheapest amount of power coming through and turn your heat up and down?
Yes,
Really?
right. Yeah.
It'll also track when you start going to work and turn the heat down when you're
But you have to
leaving and
keep in
turn it
mind
back
this-
up.
How does it know when you leave?
I think you're pressing a button. You're saying I'm leaving now, but it learns.
No. It's ambient. It checks the lights.
sensor.
It checks. It checks
Between that and
the
my
motion in the
Xbox
room.
360 Connect that knows it's me and not my daughter, it put a square around my head and said, "Are you Robert?"
The little tinfoil hat in me actually made me turn my Xbox 360 Connect thing around so the camera isn't facing the room.
No, but
Seriously,
it knows
that's
it's
the crazy
me.
part, though. If you look at it, everybody's like, "Oh, well, where's technology at?" It goes back. Somebody sent me the Louis C.K. thing,
Right.
And they're like, "Technology is amazing."
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, why are we
Los Angeles,
screaming in panic when we're driving in an airplane?
Exactly,
'Cause we don't know how-
flying in a plane.
Right,
'Cause we don't get
a
flights.
trip from Chicago to Los Angeles would take 7 months, and half of you wouldn't make it.
Well, somebody was asking about the replicator, right?
Right.
Well, if you got a Nexus 5, you do Google Now without even having to press a button. Hang that in your kitchen, you immediately have. All right, I'm so sorry.
I'm winning.
You immediately have Captain Picard saying, "Computer,
Yeah, computer.
when am I going home?" Or,
Computer, right? Yeah, exactly.
how long do I cook this chicken for? You immediately have that now, just based off of a phone sitting on your counter.
Think about that. You can buy
is pretty amazing.
You can buy a machine for a couple $1,000s to make things in your home.
Right.
You just turned your
You're
home
into the enterprise.
into what?
I can go to Home Depot and buy a power
Henry-
saw and some wood and make things.
Henry,
But you never do that.
a multiple thousand square foot facility to make things, and it was down a conveyor belt, and you can do this in your home.
You can't know.
Yeah, but you know what? How much does it? I can get a HP printer from Sam's Club or Costco for $100, but the toner is going to cost me $700. How much is the material going to
Pretty
cost
cheap.
for these 3D printers?
You can get a kilo of PLA.
The pellets are dirt cheap.
You want to get the pellets?
A kilo of PLA? What?
PLA is a type of plastic. It's like
The last time I was buying,
Got that cane, yo.
Wait, do I have to get it in a back alley?
Well, actually, I was calling Ben one when I was first getting it. I was like, dude, I'm getting a different color. I'm getting a kilo of the white.
And he
I
bought
was
it out of
wait
the
a minute.
trunk of an '86 Cadillac.
A kilo of white.
Grand River.
Now I'm on a watch list. Great.
But you can get.
You know what I want? The walk to you, to deliver the Chinese food, but I want it in a 3D printer now. I want to order Chinese food, and I want to open up a door, and there it is.
Well, I feel
There's
like that's going to be.
my egg foo young.
Well,
And
so,
That's going to be the first use of time travel is going to be instantaneous restaurants.
But Mike,
You'll show up, they'll automatically be what you order.
so what I'm saying.
Mike, you showed us on a break. You showed us a picture of 3D shoes, right?
Yeah, that's
they
what-
were fully flexible and somebody was wearing them.
Yes,
So,
that's what the Filaflex.
That's got to cost like 12 cents.
But those
in
shoes
material.
were orange. So
Yes.
you're saying that's an additive. Somebody you go out and buy a
If you
kilo
want
of
blue,
white.
you buy
Yeah,
blue. If
precisely.
you want orange, you buy orange.
No, Haas
and
says,
we
do
want,
they make
we
them in
want
pink?
wood shoes for Bob. We want wood shoes for Bob.
And then Haas says, do they make them in pink? So they match my shirt.
But the idea with the prices is that you can
and my socks.
a kilo.
You have pink
pants.
socks.
And my
Oh my God,
Go ahead, Mike. Talk.
No, I refuse.
I need a kilo of pink.
So this is from MakerBot. This isn't even going third party and getting stuff even cheaper than you normally can. This is getting the Apple version of the material.
Right.
$45 will get you a kilo, and a kilo. We've been printing stuff for 52 hours now on our machine and haven't run out of material yet. We've got dozens of stuff.
We've been
How is that possible?
But let me ask. So
it's not
now it's
hollow.
Like, dude,
but is
we got
everything?
if we got our hands on one of these things, we'd burn through it in 3 hours.
No.
What's the limit on it? I want to know what the limit is because
Yeah, that's because you would be trying to make a crowbar or something real.
No, he'd be making a hat.
Bob would.
He'd be making an ice scraper.
No, I'd be like all weird science trying to print out a girl.
Like 3D printers aren't new though. The technology is
What do you little maniacs want to do first?
Exactly.
for quite some time, and so like when you slice it up, it actually takes into account
What are you making though?
So, like, we've made a bunch of actual camera equipment that would cost us a couple $100. We've printed for like $5 worth of material, like offset arms to hold different like recorders and microphones and stuff.
So
like
legit stuff, not like goofing around making like Darth
guys
Vader's
could make
head.
stuff for
well, we've also done that.
we made a snowball maker. It's basically a scoop.
A snowball mold.
Can you 3D print another 3D printer?
There is on Kickstarter an entire 3D printer that is made from 3D printed parts, except for the extruder. So it's almost
except for the what?
The
My friend
extruder is like the anus of the 3D printer.
Precisely.
It's where the stuff
Exudes.
And we lost Dave.
This
and
is
we
the thing. Like,
we lost Dave.
it is 2014, and you can make stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
You can make stuff in your home.
No, you know what that reminds me of this
I will
conversation?
never be able to use a 3D
I have beers.
printer ever. 'Cause now I'll just be thinking of the anus of the 3D printer.
I have beers with my neighbor, and he goes, "I got a great idea for like this is what I think about all day." And I go, "What are you thinking about?" He goes,
I got a great idea.
He goes, "You take from hydroponics, like the UV lamp, and then you aim it at a solar collector, and you have perpetual energy."
This man's a genius.
And I sat there for a minute. And I go, "That's so stupid. It would work."
That's stupid. Ignore physics.
Well, what was the comic that said I want to put pasta and anti-pasta next to each other and create energy?
Right. Pasta and
Gamma
antipasta.
Yeah.
Spaghetti and olives.
So I mean, like, how much? Like, so you've been going for 52 hours with a single kilo of material, and
They got to rename that.
Dude, I gotta go buy a key.
It's called a brick.
I'm going to throw another key in the fire. Right.
Exactly.
Name that movie.
But I mean, so like 3D printing's
You
not,
want the NSA to listen to you talk about buying kilos?
Right. Yeah, we're going to watch
it's not an incredibly new thing, and like they've gotten so smart that when you take a 3D
Yeah,
model,
just ask the Colombians.
it slices it up and actually says like how hollow would you like it, and it'll actually do it'll do a honeycomb pattern on the inside to make it super strong, and yet still use as little actual material as possible.
Really?
How long does it take to print widget X? Doesn't matter. Like
It
something-
depends.
What's a widget?
I mean, you can do some.
What's a widget?
Blue ribbon.
widget.
It's a
Something
fictional product. It doesn't matter.
Something that will illustrate a
Fantasyland.
PBR can, Mike.
Something that would illustrate a PBR can, you probably do it at like a 10% infill. We could print that in maybe an hour and a half.
But let me ask you that. So, what if you wanted to copy something? How do you make a copy of like
The scanner. They get the scanners.
So, do you have a 3D scanner?
No, I'm actually trying to convince Jerry Paffendorf to get a 3D scanner.
Who's Jerry?
He's owner of Loveland. He's my boss. And
Hello, Jerry.
I bought the scanner.
Jerry.
I bought the printer. I'm trying to get him to get the scanner.
You can like stick your hand in there, Jeff, and like make it like your hand.
I mean, so like, what is it?
So then you want to copy my hand, Bob?
You could pour beer on it and get it drunk.
No, you could do like the second level of The Stranger.
Right, he would like. Bob wants the Jeff Haase with Kung Fu action grip.
No, but I want to. Bob cannot have my hand.
Here's how mundane 3D printers are getting. Wizards of the Coast, the guys who did Magic the Gathering and now own, Warhammer 40K,
Right.
sued somebody last year for scanning and making copies of the miniatures for the game
Really?
because they're worried that people will just be able to instantly make all the little characters.
So what is it?
They're going to make their own clone army?
What does a
Yeah,
3D
precisely.
scanner run? Like,
It depends. So the one that we're
You're
looking
infringing on our target demographic.
is
of
$900.
nerds.
Right, exactly.
And it
so
has
you can buy a scanner for $900, and then a
$900.
printer for $2,500.
we got ours for $2,000 flat.
What's practical in my house like right now? I could see like how many times do I go through?
How big
plates?
are these things?
You can go to thingiverse.com, which is a place where they have like tons and
No, but what's
25,000 different blueprints set up, and you can go through household, and there's tons of stuff.
But it's going to get rid of IKEA. Like there's places that'll cease to exist.
Yeah, can I print a TV stand and use
Yes.
it for a year and be done?
Well,
for $25?
there are wall TV, brackets on
hangers.
Thingiverse.
This is fascinating.
I mean, if you're looking at like super simple, not exciting stuff for the kitchen, like salt and pepper shakers.
It's like I
paper towel
broke
holders.
a
Mike,
plate.
So, Mike, what I don't get is
I
like
broke a plate. Oh shit! Here, I'm going to make one.
But if I want to make,
my wife will never know.
Exactly. But wait, to use Jeff's example, if I want to print a TV stand and I buy this kilo of material, whatever it is, it's going to be white unless I buy black or orange
tons of different colors.
But
Why you got to be racist, Jeff?
Exactly. But it's only one color at a time, right?
It depends on what you want to do. So there are
it's like going to Naked Furniture, but you still have to paint it, right?
Well, so there's different printers that have multiple